It's recording. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I am interviewing my friend Tara tonight about the CBD products that I use. I call them CBD, but do you call them hemp? Okay, so the hemp products that I use. And Tara and I met, I think it was almost at least a year and a half ago. It's been a while. And we met at a meetup for entrepreneurs. And she introduced me to this product called Calm, and it's by Prime My Body. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And I am going to let her take over because she is the expert. So welcome, Tara.
Thank you, Tammy. Thank you for having me. I'm really grateful for the time and the opportunity to help more people with this beautiful plant ally that's been such a blessing in my life. And yeah, I'm so grateful. I guess a little bit about kind of where I came from, what happened, and a little of my story, if that would be helpful for the viewers, is about 2 years ago in August of 2017, I was in a mountain biking accident where I sustained a traumatic brain injury, massive concussion. I broke my face in 4 places and my wrist. And yes, I was wearing a helmet. So you can imagine the level of damage that was done. I woke up in the ICU with breathing tubes, and that was very scary for me. I live in Denver, Colorado, and it seems to be the cannabis capital of the world. So of course, when the doctors are trying to tell me, here, take some Vicodin and muscle relaxers and go home and rest, I really told my doctors I'm going to let cannabis be my medicine. And I knew from reading research and journal articles, and I've been a hemp advocate for a very, very long time, I knew that there was this non-psychoactive part of the plant, the cousin, if you will, to marijuana, the hemp plant. And so what do I do now is I HEMP, I help educate misinformed practitioners and people who think that this is still marijuana. And so, for myself, of course, I had access to the whole plant if I wanted it, but I tried some stuff and it didn't really help me that much. I still was, getting massive headaches and not sleeping well. And I just prayed and meditated and asked for source or God or whatever you believe is out there to send me something that actually would work.
And that's what happened to me too. When I first met you, I was misinformed and I thought CBD was marijuana. I didn't know that it was separate from that, or the THC is separate from that. I didn't know that until I met you. So I was misinformed, and that's really why I wanted to do this, because I know a lot of other people that are misinformed, and that's why I wanted to share this video and let you share your expertise. Little bit reason why I take Calm and the Recept, which is it called Focus now?
Right. Yep. It's the same formula, but we've rebranded it. So we have Focus for morning and Calm for night. Or I think Calm is really great for people who have high stress levels during the day even. Really awesome.
Yes, I use it a couple of times during the day, especially if I'm going out in a group of people, just because I have a little bit of anxiety, and it helps with that. And the reason why I started taking it was because I have PTSD. And my doctor wanted to give me pills, and I didn't want to take the pills. And so she suggested that I look into CBD, and then I remembered you. And that's why I called you, and I started taking it.
So wonderful that a practitioner actually was open enough to having the conversation with you, because that's really the thing. We're finding out that less than 20%, I think it's about 13% of medical schools are teaching about the endocannabinoid system. And this is our largest master control switch of our entire body, if you will. So this endocannabinoid system, we just found out about it in 1992. Dr. Raphael Meshulam was actually studying in Israel the benefits of cannabis for the government, and he discovered that we have this entire system, like lights on a Christmas tree. This whole body system is really designed for balance and homeostasis. And when things get out of whack, when we get kind of out of control, when we get stuck in a stressful mode, we only have like 2 modes. We have either on or off. We're either stressed or we're not. We're either running from a tiger or our cell phone or the traffic that's bugging us or whatever we're feeling triggered by, or maybe it is something that was a past traumatic episode that people are still holding on to energetically. And I know you're big into the energy healing as well. So I know how important it is to, help people work through the traumas, but, just being humans, we can kind of, I can't explain it except to say that we hold on to these things and sometimes we need a little bit of extra help. And so when we get in these stressful modes and, it's go, 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 and there's so much month left at the end of the money and we're, trying to get Jimmy to baseball practice or Sally to baseball practice or whatever, its parents are really stressed and they have a really short fuse. And I feel like that's what a lot of Americans especially are dealing with, is high levels of stress. And that is really what's the killer. And I will tell you, after my accident, I was definitely stressed. And I remember the first time that I tried this particular product. Now, mind you, I had tried so many other CBD products, and people telling me, oh, you just need to take it longer, or, you need to take a lot more. And I'm like, shouldn't I feel something? And I really thought that, honestly, it's snake oil. It doesn't work. Maybe it works for some people. Maybe I need the THC. So if there's anyone watching this that has that feeling or that thought, that was me. And I'll tell you, when I tried this particular product by Prime My Body, oh my goodness, I felt complete shift in my mental state. I mean, I was driving in rush hour traffic and on the middle of the Boulder Turnpike in a snowstorm in early October, and I found myself livid, staring at the GPS like, it's going to take me 3 hours to get home, and I'm, I just want to be in my bed, and I got a headache the size of New Jersey, and I just really was wanting something to help me. And I'm so grateful. I tried the least amount of any hemp products I had ever tried, and Tammy, I felt the shift in myself of just woo-saw, is it's like I feel like I just walked out meditation or yoga class. It was profound.
That event that I went with you in Boulder a couple months ago, when I took the calm before that, that's how I felt.
Yeah, I literally had the thought of, oh my goodness, I think this could stop road rage and the world will be a better place. Right? Like, I just want to stand on the side of the road with a sign that said, did someone cut you off today? Maybe you need a couple drops of this.
Or when there's a big line of traffic on 70 and you're up in the mountains, and just run from car to car and give them
I don't do well with traffic. And so, to feel that shift, I literally had this feeling, this epiphany, this light pour over me. And I'm like, the world will be a better place if people understand what this plant ally truly is here for and what it can do for us. And I'm so grateful to this plant, because I'll tell you, I went in for my 30-day follow-up. My doctors were floored at how fast I recovered. Literally, Dr. Kayla at Denver General Health, she goes, Tara, in 20 years, I have never seen healing this fast in any of my patients. What are you doing? And of course, I'm taking this hemp extract, and I think you should tell your patients all about it. And she did the typical reaction, which is most doctors, we don't know enough about it. Well, it's because they haven't done the research. The research is out there. It's available for anyone who wants it. There's really great research that has been conducted, and you can find that on a couple of websites. ProjectCBD.org is a great resource, as well as PubMed, P-U-B, PubMed.gov. And you can actually find the clinical studies on over 250 medical conditions on how this product supports the body to heal itself. And I want to be really clear, because we really can't make any claims, medical claims, that this would cure, prevent, treat, heal any disease or illness. But it's amazing when you give the body back what it's been missing, and it can actually start repairing itself. I can't tell you how many people have told me, Tara, you're an angel. This is a miracle. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Thank you. And that fills me up in ways that, that's all I can express, is we're making the world a better place with our voice, with our stories. So if you're hearing this, tonight or whenever you're watching this, it's meant for a reason. We're all divinely guided. Mm-hmm. I really believe that. And I know that this message is meant for someone who's really asking and praying and looking for another option. Right. At this point, I've helped countless people greatly reduce their medication. Some are off pills that they were taking 10 pills a day. It's really incredible to work with your practitioner, work with your doctor, and really become your own advocate. You can be honestly smarter than your doctor when it comes to how CBD works and what it does for the body.
Mm-hmm.
And when you come armed with clinical studies and you're like, doctor, I've done my research, and you tell them, hey doc, I'm not asking for your permission. I'm telling you, I will be taking this. And when it works, I want off these medications. That's the empowerment that I love to HEMP, to help empower more people to take their health back and really have the conversations with their doctors. If they're saying, you know, you need a pharmaceutical pill or an antidepressant or whatever, is it possible that I'm suffering from endocannabinoid deficiency, doctor? And could I try something for 30 days and journal and work with me before we have to just resort to the medications? Is there something else? Is there mindset? Is there, you know, nutrition? Is there deficits in, we live in this toxic world, and unfortunately we just can't get what we normally should from food alone. So I'm just here as a wellness warrior, and I'm so grateful that, you know, Tammy, to have you on board with sharing this and helping us get this message out, because people really deserve to know the truth about this plant, and it's not this evil weed that we've been lied to about, you know.
And I think the other thing that I wasn't aware of until we started talking about this was that it is legal in all 50 states and you can travel with it, which I love.
I've had a TSA agent going through my bag ask me, is this CBD? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, do you mean like RSO oil? I'm like, Rick Simpson oil. You know about Rick Simpson oil? I mean, that is full strength with THC, incredible for people who are undergoing cancer treatments, but a lot of people don't want to have that psychoactive effect. And I was like, yeah, but this doesn't have the THC. It's legal. And he was adamant. He made me take his phone, his email address. He was like, I want you to send me more information on this. So it's really starting. Police officers, I have narcotics officers, FBI narcotics officers, sheriffs that are taking this. It's really incredible. And you're right. Trump, whether you love or hate him or hate to love him, whatever, he literally signed the 2018 Farm Bill Act, which federally, at a federal legal limit, separated hemp from marijuana, its cousin species. Again, you could drink a whole bottle, you could smoke a rope of hemp, you're not going to get high at all. And it's really incredible to support this body to do what it's supposed to do, which is to, if you imagine like lights on a Christmas tree, we have these receptors in our entire body. We're flooded with them from our brain. The woman's uterus has the largest concentration of CB2 receptors in the whole body. So think of that, ladies, and you have it in your prostate too. Think of that as your lightest, bright source of your Christmas tree. But as you become stressed, whether it's environmental toxins that are stressing your body, whether you're stressed by negative people or negative instances that have happened in your life, those all start burning out lights, and at what level and how quickly. And what happens is we produce our own version of cannabinoids when we're in meditation and prayer, the runner's high. A lot of people think that that's endorphins that you're feeling, but what you're actually feeling when you're in that state of the runner's high is your body making its own CBD. It's called anandamide, and ananda means bliss in Sanskrit. So this is the bliss neurotransmitter that you feel, the euphoric feeling that you also get when you eat chocolate. Chocolate has another version of a cannabinoid version of anandamide. So that's why when we're hormonal and we're searching for chocolate bars, why do I crave chocolate so much when I'm hormonal? Well, I'm looking for balance in my body, in my cannabinoid system. I want to light up some of those lights. And, you know, when you're looking at products out there, I mean, there's so many on the market and there's so many to choose from. How do you really know what is safe? Because unfortunately here, and this is where we do need some more regulations on purity, safety. I mean, there's nothing stopping you or me, Tammy, from making our own CBD oil, labeling it, whatever we want to call it, slapping a label on it, selling on Amazon for $45 a bottle, and it costs us 50 cents to make, and we can make a killing. That is not what we're about. For me, I am results driven, and I know what it feels like now to essentially drive a Ferrari, if you will. I felt the level of quick, fast, and effective products because this has a delivery system. A lot of times people ask, you know, how many milligrams of CBD are in this product? That's actually, it's not a bad question, but the better question to ask is, what is the delivery system? that actually allows that product to get into the cells. Because the moment that we swallow, it hits the hydrochloric acid in our stomach, starts becoming destroyed. And if you look at the label and it has mixed with MCT oil or coconut oil or olive oil or even hemp seed oil, the seeds don't have the active cannabinoids. They're great for high omega-3 to 6 ratios, great protein source. They're really great. You can put them in a smoothie or on your salad or sprinkle them into whatever to kind of boost the healthy fats and protein content. But there's no active cannabinoids in that. So companies put those CBD, right? They'll isolate one of the cannabinoids, of which there's, several in the cannabis plant, in the hemp plant. They'll isolate one and then they just suspend it in a carrier oil. It's a filler oil, and they slap a label and they call it 1,500 milligrams. But the problem is, if you're only absorbing less than 10%, that means that if you spent $100 on a bottle, it says 1,500 milligrams, but all you're getting is $10 worth of value, and you're only absorbing 150 milligrams, you're wasting a lot of money, a lot of product, and you're going to need, 5 to 10 times the amount to really feel the benefit. And what I love is, we keep it really simple. Do you want 10% of the cookie, or do you want the whole thing? And it's helping people understand that there is levels. You want to look for something that has third-party batch testing. That's really huge, because there's, again, hemp is a remedial plant, meaning that it can actually clean up dirty, toxic land. Wow, wouldn't that be incredible to get on all the glyphosate sprayed, Roundup sprayed soy and corn patties or whatever. But if you're going to then use that hemp to try and be a supplement for health purposes, and there's heavy metals or toxic pesticides or herbicides or whatever, potentially even mold. I mean, what happens when you cut down things in your backyard of your garden? Molds can start forming immediately. So, if you have a compromised immune system and now you've just taken a product that has mold in it, you want to be safe. You want to know that what you're taking is tested, is regulated, and, as pure as possible. And so, for anyone looking that maybe you've tried some CBD products before and it hasn't really blown your hair back, I would really urge you, to check out Tammy's site, and I'm sure she'll, post that for you. And if you want to share what that is, Tammy, what's your website that people can find you?
I'll have to post it.
She'll post it? Okay, she'll post it so you can try this product.
Are you talking about the one with Prime My Body?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll have to post it. I have to post it because I've only been on there once myself. So.
Still new. So we're a team, right? I do these all the time to really help educate people around, and we are a team. We are wellness warriors, hemp revolutionaries, turning lights on for people who, who do you know that's burned out? That isn't sleeping well,
Didn't you just go to Texas to see how it was made or where it was made? Or
yeah, I got to tour the manufacturing facility and see how we basically, now imagine, folks, if you're imagining the goal is you're trying to throw a basketball through a chain link fence. It's just going to bounce off, right, when it hits it. But if there's a way to break that basketball up into small enough sand granules, then it can go right through. And what we do is we extract the hemp extract. It's a broad hemp extract. So again, with that Christmas tree analogy, it's not just lighting up the white lights only. You got white lights, you got red lights, you got green, blues, the whole spectrum of the rainbow to be lit up. And what we do is we actually take high frequency sound waves to pulverize that basketball and break it into sand granule size. So it's so small, it literally, as soon as you put it in your mouth, you put it under your tongue or you swallow, it's getting absorbed rapidly. We are working with the largest integrative functional medicine clinic in the entire United States. Nice. And Dr. Ron, R-U-A-N, Dr. Chen Ron, with the Texas Center for Lifestyle Medicine, we have a 1,000-person brain study that's coming out from UC Irvine, California here in March of 2020. We have sleep studies, we have anxiety studies, we have low libido studies for anybody who's lacking some sex drive. We've got clinical studies on how this is incorporating and just increasing people's quality of life. If we can help people shift out of that fight or flight, go, reactive, defensive, I never understand sometimes when I'm driving and I'm just driving along my merry way. And then the next thing I know, someone's flipping me off and I'm
Or
like, what did I
honking.
even do? Or honking. And I'm like, I'm just living on the road like everyone else here. Like, what's going on? So I feel, that if we can shift out of it, and we have 2 flagship products that I'm sure Tammy would love for me to kind of touch on some of the health benefits that you can expect when you try these products. Now, we do offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, which I love, and I have had nobody tell me, oh, these products don't work, I want my money back. They really do
Right.
work, and there's a magical time frame, I'd say, of it may take 3 days, it may take a week, it may take a month, but when used in conjunction with, talking with Tammy and asking, I don't know if I'm feeling it. Well, maybe I just need to take more. Maybe I need to take it throughout the day. And we have Focus, which is our day blend, if you will, and it has what's called CBG, or cannabidiol. This is very exciting to me because they call this the Rolls Royce of cannabinoids. It's very expensive to produce, and it's found in a very young hemp plant. Once the plant reaches over 2 feet tall, all of that CBG has been converted into THC, CBD, CBN, all the other cannabinoids. So it is literally the mother stem cell, if you will, of all the other cannabinoids. And this, they're finding, is the neuroprotective cannabinoid. Big Pharma actually has synthetically isolated CBD, or cannabidiol, in a lab, and they want to try and own it. So technically, we're not supposed to be CBD. We really are a hemp extract. We're broad spectrum. But they are trying to actually isolate CBG as well because of its neuroprotective properties. So the one thing, Tammy, do you have a guess? The one thing that Dr. Ron sees when he does his evaluation of patients at his integrative functional clinic and he does brain scans, what do you think is the one thing that most people have in common? Give a guess.
I don't know. Depression? I don't
That's
know.
one of the signs. He's actually finding brain inflammation of the brain. Now, this can lead to depression, anxiety, that lack of mental clarity, that where did I leave my keys? Why did I come in this room? What was I thinking about? I think we can all understand what that's like at times. I know I had a lot of brain fog about 10 years ago before these products came into my life too. And, those migraines, headaches, all of these things are indicative, seizures, brain inflammation across the board. So to have a product that you can take and literally within 35 milliseconds, it's going to work in the brain, lighting up those lights, bringing in the firemen, if you will. That's basically the role of this endocannabinoid system. It is like dispatch. We all can understand. If you call 911, but there is no dispatcher person to pick up the phone on the other end and call the firemen, they're in the firehouse playing basketball, making a delicious meal. Like, they don't know that there's a problem.
No idea.
Right? So that's what's going on inside of our bodies, whether it's in our brain, whether it's in, the inflammation is from a trauma, maybe an accident or something that, you've gone through in the past. Your body has still those little coals. And if it's PTSD, let's say, for instance, you have some brain inflammation, you're experiencing anxiety, but maybe you have it under control, or you think you do, you're deep breathing, you've learned, some skills to help cope with what you're feeling internally. But then let's say that something really triggers you, or, that face of the attacker just pops in your head of when you were attacked, or whatever happens, you're triggered. It's literally like pouring a little gasoline on that fire, and boom, there you go. Now you're in a panic attack. Now you're stressing out maximum. So we have to, what we're doing here is we're reinstating dispatch. We're turning back on dispatch, and we're saying to the body, get in here and fight this blaze, immune cells, do your job. And we arm them with, you can take other hemp extracts and get, some level of relief. And it's like taking a garden hose to the fire. Helps. But then if you can call in the rain and flood the plains, wow, that is really the level that people can feel this. We actually, like I said, we have a 30-day money-back guarantee, and we have Calm. So Focus is really great for the day, and that has high levels of CBG. There's CBD and 7 different terpenes.
Now that they've changed it to to Focus, Reset to Focus, has the formula changed, or is it the same?
No, the formula is exactly the same. This is just a marketing switch, because people Recept stood for this whole long thing of extended terpene profile that even I couldn't remember what all the acronyms was for Recept. It meant something, and it actually did coincide with like clinical studies that Dr. Ron has done for memory and all sorts of things. But what I found is, it's the same product. It's just people know, do I need to focus? I need more focus in my life. I need to focus when I'm at work. I need to focus when my kids are throwing a fit and whatever it is. And then we have Calm. So Calm is really exciting because with Dr. Ron's background in traditional Chinese medicine, he has been a huge advocate for supplements and allowing the body to heal itself with foods. And, last case scenario, then he'll intervene with Western medicine, but he really tries everything first. Mm-hmm. And what he has found with Calm is it's actually, so there is some CBG in there, but less, because CBG for some people can actually be energizing. Like for myself, I don't need to take focus right before bed. I'll be focused on playing guitar until 3 a.m. and I feel great. And I'm like, okay, great. But, some people can take focus and go right to bed, but we wanted to have something that we could offer people who are really struggling specifically with sleep. We know that when your sleep patterns, your circadian rhythms get off. I mean, they call graveyard shift graveyard for a reason. You're going to the grave sooner. Like we're not intended as human beings to be working during the night and sleeping during the day. But this helps support the body's natural circadian rhythms. And there's healing herbs in there. So if you're familiar or check out some of these herbs, they're incredible. We've got valerian root, passion flower extract, lemon balm, pharma GABA, and ashwagandha. So these are L-theanine. There's herbs that just help calm your body down. And, I had a girl, I was doing a presentation, and she came up to me and she had been taking Focus or Recept for a long time, but she, on this particular day, was feeling very stressed. And she comes up to me and she's like, Tara, I feel like the world is like closing in, like I can't breathe, and I'm feeling like I'm getting like a panic attack coming on. Can I try some of the Calm? So I gave her just a quarter of a dropper full, just a few drops, maybe 5 or 6 drops under her tongue. And 5 minutes later, she came back and gave me the biggest hug and the biggest smile and was like, it's gone. The feeling is gone. I feel so much better, and if you had something that you could share with somebody and light them up from the inside, who would we be to not tell somebody about that? We also have a topical. So it's a salve that people can rub specifically on, you've got a sore elbow or your back or your neck or whatever. You can actually bring it to your massage therapist if you want and have them incorporate CBD into your massage. And this is great for localized pain, joint discomfort, all of the things that, like, let's just face it, it's hard being alive on this planet right now. We need some things that can help us feel a little bit better. And what I love about what we are doing is you won't find these products anywhere. You won't find them at a dispensary. Again, it's legal in all 50 states. Tammy can give you her website and we can answer your questions. I'm happy to get on a phone call with anybody watching at any time to really share and answer your questions and have more of a specific hemp consultation, if you will. I call them Tara Hemp consultations, THC. There's no THC, but I think it's just kind of cute. So, we're here as a team to help support you in living your most vibrant life and feeling fulfilled in every aspect. If you're struggling physically, we can help you with that. If you're struggling emotionally or mentally, spiritually, if you feel just disconnected from source or creator or community, if you're, we are so connected through social media, but we're so lonely. People are lonely and they're struggling, and we're here for them. And what I love too is we're here for you on a financial level as well. I don't know if you've been paying attention what's going on in the hemp industry, but with the deregulation of cannabis, sativa L as in hemp, that's opening huge floodgates for people that are in the hemp industry. And let's face it, I don't know about you, Tammy, but I sure certainly did not have hundreds of thousands of dollars to invest in a grow operation and land and trimmers and extraction and the whole headache of all that. I don't want any of that. But I did have $20 bills, and we even give you $1 back. And so then you can become a wholesale buyer and share with your friends and family if that so is in accordance with what you're here on this planet to do. And that's what I feel like we're here to do, is to shift people out of fight or flight, to shift to have heaven on this planet. And I feel like it's really capable.
Enjoy it more.
Yeah, enjoy life, live it, thrive, not just survive.
I think the other thing that Calm helps me with, because I work at home, and so I'm really isolated. And so when I do get around a group of people, I tend to have anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been using the Calm when I'm going out. It has really helped me. I love it. I love it.
Well, I love to see the transition in you, and you're such a light worker and peace offering person, and you just have the kindest bones in your body like I've never felt. Just, you're my soul sister from another mister, you know. And that's really what we're creating here, is a community of like-minded, just people who need a little bit of extra love, time, money. We all need it, you know, we deserve it. So
yes,
thank you for having me on.
Yes, thank you for letting me invite you and accepting my invitation. Thank you for sharing all your information. And thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right. So if anybody has any questions or would like to order product, you can contact me, or I'll get you in touch with Tara. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Tara.
Thank you, Tammy.